Hi everyone, Jorgelina here. Thank you so much for being here. Whether this is your first time, your second time, or you watched all of my videos, I am so excited that you have decided to click on this one. This video is a teacher video. Obviously, as you can see, I am excited to share this Pi Day MASH activity. I have shared something very similar in the past, but this one's an exciting one. I sort of want to go through the idea, as always, on all of my teaching videos, all of the tools and things that I use will be listed in the description so that you can go ahead and create your own. So here we go. This is going to be a really quick one, I'm hoping, because I'm first going to show you how the template works. I am going to show you the activity that I've made for my classroom. There's two of them. And then I am going to show you how you can make your own. I know that this is Pi Day, so it's a very math topic, but this can be used for any subject. So you can put any kinds of questions on it if you'd like to, or even the first one that I'm going to share can actually be used by anyone. So this one has no content. This one's already ready to go. And this is the original activity that I created. And of course, it will be linked in the description. So the way that this works, super easy. It is a would you rather game. So the first question says, would you rather eat only this type of pie for a year? And then your choices are a classic apple pie, a giant pizza pie, sweet chocolate silk pie, or a savory shepherd's pie. So all students have to do is simply put an X. When they type in an X, so this student would rather have a giant pizza pie for the rest of their life, so they get their future math career. So this student's fortune would be that he would be, or she, a NASA engineer. The next one, right? Would you rather memorize this many digits of pi? 3.14, which is easy, 100 digits, which is very impressive, so on and so forth. So let's say this student wants to memorize an infinite number of digits, impossible, but this is what they aim to do. This student's favorite pie forever would be a mystery surprise pie. So this is how this works. This one is very easy, all ready to go. All students have to do is participate. They'll get a funny pie future here, pie related future on the side. And it's just a good way to celebrate Pi Day. It could literally be done by any grade level as long as they can type an X and can read. Or if you read it out loud, all they have to do is type in that X. So this one will be linked in the description below. This is the template where the majority of this video is going to take us, where I show you how to edit the template to add in your own questions and answers. So in order for me to do that, I do want to show you my example. This is the one that I will be using with my students, and I will also be linking this one below. All you will have to do is delete the answers, like I am doing right now, so that this is the way that you would assign it to your students. So on this one, it's still the same, right? Same questions, but what students have to do in this case is solve an equation, right? Whatever question you end up putting in here will be just fine. And depending on their choice. So would you rather eat only this type of pie for a year? And let's say that this student would rather eat a savory shepherd's pie forever. So they would solve this equation here. 5u plus 8 equals negative 87. All right, let's say this student wants to eat a classic apple pie forever. Then they would solve this equation. Or this student, a giant pizza pie forever. So let's go ahead and solve this one because I can do this one quickly on my head. We are going to add 17 to both sides, which gives us negative 100. And then we would divide by 10 from both sides, which means our answer would be negative 10. So they type in the answer to that question, and then they are given that future math career or the favorite pie forever or your Pi Day celebration and so on and so forth. So I am going to go ahead and undo so that you have the answers. This is this hypothetical student's example. So again, this will also be linked in the description below. And all you have to do if you teach math and you are solving equations and you want to give this one will also be ready to go. All you have to do is delete those answers before you assign. All right, so now here is the template that you can use by adding your own questions and answers. So I am going to go ahead and go through this process, and I am going to pick something fairly easy, but remember that you can put any question with any answers that you feel would be beneficial for your students and whatever it is that you are currently teaching. So I am going to quickly generate some, let's say I need 24 questions because there are 4 times 6. Yeah. So 24 questions is what I need. I am going to make this on, let's say, division. So yeah, let's do a division one. So 24 for like a third grade level. I'm generating them right now using AI so that I don't have to come up with these questions on my own. So 24 division problems for third grade level. All right, here we go. So these are just going to be basic division problems. So what I'm going to do is right here where it says question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. If you notice, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to be typing in those questions. Before I get started though, I'm going to make a copy so that I'm not messing with the template, which you'll see below. This one will be the division one. I will go ahead and put timestamps at the bottom too. I like doing that in case you want to jump around because I will be creating the whole thing and a lot of this is very repetitive. So this first one, right now, we are going to be adding questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just for me, I'm going to delete all those questions at once so that I can work in sections. So my first question that I had it generate is 24 divided by 6. 35 divided by 7. Let's also put that equal sign. Divided by 5, not 7. 18 divided by 3. And 56 divided by 8. All right, those are some good ones. And so again, this student would solve this division problem. So these 4 questions are done. On sheet 2 is where you're going to set the correct answers. Okay, so this is why I want to work in sections. These are the answers that belong to every one of these images. Okay, we can make this bigger if you sort of want to see, but right here is also what the name goes with this image. Okay, so let me put in the answers first. Where it says answers, that's exactly what I'm going to type in. The answers to questions 1, 2, 3, 4 of the first section. So those answers were 4, 7, 6, and then 7 again. Okay, so for example, now this person types in 7 here, their answer is correct, and they get a pie shop owner. Okay. So we're just going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat adding the questions and adding the answers, adding the questions and adding the answers. Once I'm done with this, I am going to show you how to change the careers around in case you don't want every one of, like, let's say you teach 5 different periods of a particular subject and you don't want them all to have the same fortune. You can change these around, the images. So I will show you that next. And then I will show you how to hide the answers so that you can assign to your students. Okay, so super easy. But let's go ahead and repeat all of this, okay? So feel free to fast forward if you need to. So 81 divided by 9, 16 divided by 4, 72 divided by 9, and 7. And those answers for the second set are going to be 9, 4, 8, and 7. Now we're going to do the third set. It's this awkward silence. I don't really know what to talk through it, but I hope you find this useful. And if you do, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I do share lots of freebies for teachers. I know it's been a little bit since I've shared, but that is because I've been extremely busy and sick. I had no voice. So I've been trying really hard to come back and make sure that I continue giving what I promised. So if you are a subscriber, which is free, you get all these free activities. So it would mean the world to me if you subscribed because it helps me grow and keeps me happy with completing these. So actually, I need to regenerate some more. Um, the last so that we do not have any remainders. It did give me some remainders, and I don't want that. So, all right, we are still going strong here. Nearing the end. I really could just, I think now, if you don't want to work in sections, you can also do this all at once. You don't have to work in sections, which is what I think I'm going to do because I know what I'm doing. I don't have to go in sections. I do like going in sections when I'm beginning with a project because it does help to make sure that I am consistent and that everything's working properly. And then, double checking your work is always a good idea. But because I do have these generated here on the side, it's fairly easy to complete in a row. So there's these almost done. I might share this with my daughter's teacher. She's in 3rd grade, so I think this would be a great one for her to play with. She's always my test subject for lower level because I teach higher math. So, all right, here we go. Now we're going to put in our answers on this one. This is where I left off. 6, 5, 9, 7, 8, 9, 4, 9, 7, 4, 8, 12. All right, all done. My answers are all set. I think what I would like to do next is check to make sure that everything works. So 16 divided by 5 is 12. It works. 80 divided by 10 is 8. It works. 32 divided by 8 is 4. And that works. 42, that's 7. And that works. Now on this one, 48 divided by 6 is 8. This is 12. Oh, 9. What am I doing? 9. This is 4. This is 9. Perfect. This is 7. This is 9. This is 5. And this is 6. Perfect. All right. So you can definitely check that. What I want to caution you, let's say a student wants to do all of them, right? So they go 6, 5. It's not going to let them. So please answer just one question so that the fortune works properly. So they are only supposed to be choosing one. You can also change some of the instructions up here. Choose which question to answer. Just type the correct answer underneath your chosen question. So I think that kind of works in general, but if you want to be more specific with your instructions, you definitely could update this as well. All right, so now the next part of this is going to be me going through how to change some of these images around. Okay, so let's say you are assigning this to multiple students. What I would do is I would go ahead and change these around, right? And you can do that. What I like to do is I like to copy all these like so, and then paste them somewhere else so that they're in the same order. Now, what you can do is you can erase these and just input them in a different order. So like the engineer, the theorist, the pie shop owner, and the famous mathematician. Now you can erase those. So now when the students type in, this is in a different order. So it's nothing crazy, right? I think that it makes sense to do this. The only thing that I caution you here is if you use the cut feature, it will mess with the formulas that are already created. So refrain from using cut, copy paste. which is why I copied it into another place so that then I can change the order around. So I'm going to close these out and then delete those and then just kind of paste these in a different order. And which one am I missing? Mystery, pizza, pumpkin. I'm missing cherry pie. And then I can erase these to be done. And then maybe you leave a couple in the same exact order. So, to ease your work. And now these, I'm gonna edit these. So again, very simple to do, but you just have to make sure that you don't mess with those um that you don't mess with those settings. So no cutting and pasting, only copying and pasting. And you don't want to copy and then paste and lose the previous image, which is why it helps to have them in another place. So like to have them off to the side is very helpful. So I'm going to erase these. I'm not going to finish this because I'm happy with the way that this one is now. So the next step is to hide these answers, right? You don't want students to have access to all the answers. So what I like to do, first and foremost, is I like to delete these titles because I don't need them, right? The next thing is I select by dragging all of the space that has answers in it. And then I am going to right click, go to view more cell options and conditional formatting. You don't have to do this step. The reason why I do this is because it's harder for students to then come in and unhide this. So I like to do it this way. So highlighted everything, right click, view more cell options, and then conditional formatting. From here, I'm going to change the color to white and then the font text to white. So notice how now all the text is gone. And it is conditionally formatted. So it means that students won't be able to change the color unless they come in here and know that they have to delete that. And then I'm going to change this to size 1 because it makes the little emojis kind of look like they've gone away. After that, I am going to highlight B all the way to Z. So all those columns, and I'm going to make them very tiny by dragging. I'm going to right click and hide. And then I'm going to do the same for A. Just drag it all the way to the end. Now when students come here, it looks like this is a blank sheet if they were to happen to open this sheet. There's really nothing there they can do. They have to really know how to mess with this to unhide it. Sometimes even teachers struggle with that. So it makes it virtually, no, I don't want to say impossible, but it makes it really hard for them to come in here and unhide this to get their hands on the answers. It's easier to just go ahead and complete those very easy math problems, hopefully, right? Easy is very relative. So from here, I'm going to click on sheet 2. I'm going to right click and put hide sheet. So right click, go to hide sheet. It hides the sheet away. And now this is ready for it to be assigned to students. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you give it a go. Again, everything is going to be linked in the description. I will put this division one. I will put the template for you to add your own questions and answers. I will put the equations one, and then I will put the one that has the no content that's just for fun. I hope that you found this video entertaining, that you learned something new, and that you consider giving this video a thumbs up, giving me any questions in the comments to keep this video popping up for any other teachers that want to utilize it, and subscribing to my channel. I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye.